All right. You turn up your potentiometer, you can understand the potential of the volume that is coming out of your I'm trying to because this music itself comes from a like a little slider that's inside of StreamYard and everything. And if you just take it down, it doesn't fade it, it just goes whoosh, throws it out of there. So when you try to do it slow, you have to go behind the scenes. Welcome back, everybody. Let's get rid of that. We've got another TikTok Trash Tuesday on our hands here, everybody. And as we do on TikTok Trash Tuesday, I go to the internet, specifically TikTok, and specifically just movie TikTok. I don't want anyone out there to think like, oh my God, we're going to get into all kinds of bull crap that's on TikTok. Yes and no. Yes, in as much as it's bull crap from TikTok. No, in as much as it's about anything. This is more specifically about movies and stuff like that. And that's what this here program hopefully will end up supplying to you. Hopefully Bronson can figure out how to sit the hell down in the next couple of minutes, because this is bothering the hell out of me, this guy. I love him to death, but my, oh my, what a turd sometimes. Do me a big old giant favor if you can. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Look at Alex already in the chat. Happy Tuesday to you too, my friend. I know he's more there on TikTok Trash Tuesdays on account of there's no football or anything, which I understand. I understand and I get it. But we should have some good stuff today here. I have a familiar face or two returning to TikTok Trash Tuesday, and this person has been off of my algorithm for some time. And that's been nice because I usually don't agree with stuff that he's doing or talking about or whatever. And we're going to come across maybe some of the, I don't know. I only watched a little bit. I got to get a little, hold on, give me half a sec here. Okay. I can't be talking for what will probably be 2 hours with the amount of the length of videos I got working here. But like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Ring the bell notification. And if you are one of those cool people that actually has the YouTube hype button, there are a few people out there, especially if you're on mobile. I don't know if you can do it on desktop or like on television on the TV app or anything else like that. But you absolutely on mobile can hit the hype button. It's just like where you would normally see all the like, here's this bullcrap AI summary. You can swipe on that and there'll be like a little hype button. Hit that hype button. It don't cost you no money. And it tells the algorithm to get this thing out to more people. And this is only available for like small creators. So like any of these people that got like, 500,000 people, like they don't even qualify for this shit. So it's only for small little people like us. It's not rolled out to everybody, this feature yet, but if indeed you do see that, hit that hype button, and we really appreciate that on any video. This video, that video, one of the regular podcasts and stuff like that. And remember, if this is your first time tuning in, that we are also streaming this on Sunday. Will you sit the hell down, my friend? What are you doing? Driving me bananas over here. We stream Half-Ass Movie Podcast on Sunday evenings, 8 p.m. Eastern. And next month, we're going to be doing all John Candy films and stuff like that. So we are doing some Thanksgiving candy over on HMP proper. So check all of that good stuff out. And just so on account of, because it's a good one, man, check out Bruce Leslie's Anime Dad page here and everything. Pardon me. Him and his wife have a 13 days of Halloween going on right now, and they are reviewing spooky movies and stuff like that, and which is really cool because she is very much into those things and stuff like that. So she's got a lot of great stuff to add, and the dynamic is really great with the two of those. And it was her idea to put together the thing. It's not something that he's just going, please wife, you do this. She's the one that's kind of spearheading it, as long as Bruce does the majority of the work, which I understand that dynamic. I'm most certainly, hey, I'd like to do a thing if you'll do all this stuff for me. I get it. Can't blame. All right, let's get into it. TikTok Trash Tuesday 16 underway. Let's kick it off with the first one. What do I got?
My hot take is I don't think men misinterpret movies like American Psycho or Wolf of Wall Street. I genuinely just think that that's the values that they have.
No, those movies are fun. Now, that's not to say that some people won't misunderstand that or misconstrue the information that is coming out of certain films, but we can say that for any film of any genre, of any type, can't we? There are ding-dongs in the world who cannot formulate thoughts properly and are going to look at something that clearly says X and they're going to think Y. Why? Because they're dumb. That's why.
When young boys watch American Psycho and they think Patrick Bateman is like the ultimate role model.
No one says that. No one says that. If anyone, like, it's kind of cool because he gets to kind of do the things that he wants to do. And that's as young men, what we would like. We would like to be able to do the things that we would like to do or would want to do. Why is my shit frozen up? What's happened here? Hold on. Something's happened. My camera just took a dive or something. Is somebody trying to call me? What the hell's going on here? Give me a sec. Oh my gosh. Oh, my phone reset. Hold on, guys. Well. We'll put it on the janky studio display. At least I have good lighting and stuff, so that's something. But my God, what the hell? My phone just took a big old dirt nap there. Give me one more second. Holy crap. Unprofessional. It's a wonder we don't have viewers. Shit doesn't work right. My entire life is falling apart in front of you right here on the internet, and it's not connecting. What gives, dude? No. Hold on. Doing it live for the people. You love it. Can't get enough. All right. If not, I'll go with the inferior camera, but we're going to do what we're going to do. Let's see if we can. Oh, you hate me so much, don't you? All right. Well, whatever. We'll roll with this camera. I don't give a shit. Anyways, I'd still look beautiful. I don't care. It's just not what I wanted. Anywho, all right, let's listen to this lady. No, people don't think of Patrick Bateman as a role model. I don't think that's true. I think it's the type of guys that just want to do what guys want to do. You're thinking too much about it, lady.
That's just their values and their moral compass. It's got nothing to do with their skills to interpret a movie. Also, hot tip for the girlies, if you ever unfortunately have to date one of these men, ask them about Fight Club and American Psycho. Ask them to dive into what are the differences and comparisons of those films, because I guarantee you that they like both and they don't understand why they like both.
Oh, you're not smart enough to understand the things that you like. Imagine saying that to a woman. I'm just saying. Just, who amongst us, who hasn't, fallen down into that trap once or twice before?
I am not saying that Stanley Kubrick is overrated.
I might. Oh, that's right. I might actually say that Stanley Kubrick is a little bit overrated. And I'm a fan. I have, I believe, except for Fear and Desire, I don't have Fear and Desire for whatever reason. I think it's because it's out on Kino, and I just never wanted to pay that extensive a price for something that I knew was not going to be all that great to begin with. I own all the Kubrick films. I've seen many of them, a decent majority of them actually, on the big screen and everything. Some several times. And I am a fan, but I will absolutely say that Stanley Kubrick is indeed an overrated director. Yeah.
So don't get mad at me. I'm not saying this is an Emperor's New Clothes situation where people are just talking themselves into believing he is.
In some way they are. That happens with a lot of filmmakers and stuff. Let's be honest. People get on the train and then it just becomes this person can do no wrong. And then the sad part is they do be doing wrong. Sometimes they're wrong, and that's, listen, we can all be wrong from time to time, but
Brilliant. I'm just saying I don't get it. For example, if you ask me about The Shining, I would say it is a great Jack Nicholson performance. And
I would say it's one of Jack Nicholson's worst performances. Yep. 100% one of Jack Nicholson's worst performances. The biggest problem with that and the entire movie in and of itself is that idea, is that Jack Torrance performance here, where Jack Torrance is crazy from frame one. They're driving up, and the look on his eye as he's driving that Volkswagen up is bug nuts crazy. He's out of his mind from frame number one. The idea was that the overlook would eventually drive you bananas because of the isolation and then your alcoholism and all the blah, 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 all the Stephen King of it and all. That was the idea of it, is that we take what would be a normal man and see what would, then drive him mad, right? We don't get that with Kubrick's Shining, because Jack Nicholson decides to be bananas and Kubrick's just like, well, I'll allow it.
And if Kubrick got that performance out of him, then great. He deserves credit for that.
Blame is what I'd call it, but yes. I'll go ahead and preemptive on this one. Full Metal Jacket is a great movie in basic training. After basic training, guess what? Full Metal Jacket, much like Stripes, and we'll talk about Stripes later this month. It sucks ass. It sucks ass in the second half, just because once you're out of basic training, it's like I'm done with this. What do I need? Like the only thing save for basic training that anyone remembers from Full Metal Jacket is Me So Horny. Save for that, no one remembers anything else post Vincent D'Onofrio giving himself the old.
I think Full Metal Jacket is a great R. Lee Ermey performance.
That I agree with.
But this time, I can't really credit Kubrick for that, because he came up with this character and he wrote those lines.
I feel like that was him, if we're quite honest here. I think old Gunny, woke up and said, I need some beans, man. I don't know what he would eat for breakfast. I try to think of the grossest thing that R. Lee Ermey could eat. I feel like beans might be up there, but the British people are going just like, what's wrong with beans for breakfast, mate?
It's like he taped himself doing this character and sent it to Kubrick. When people break down the brilliance of Kubrick as a director, it's always these highly technical things about shot composition.
Which is an interesting thing, especially when we're talking about something like The Shining, right? Because The Shining was shot in open matte. And the reason that it was shot in open matte was because once 2001 came out on video and was shown in non-letterbox format and everything, as you might imagine, that destroyed what 2001: A Space Odyssey was supposed to look like. You couldn't see that on a square screen of the time, even 25 inches. If you just blow into it, it's going to look like garbage. So post that, Kubrick said, I'm shooting my movies in 35 millimeter open matte format here, which means there is screen tops at the bottom, at top and bottom of this. If indeed, once he was ready for the telecine, as it were, we would take the actual film and take the whole frame there that would actually fill a television screen and get rid of what would normally be the black bars on top and bottom that you would have in a movie theater. So movie theater, black bars on top and bottom, but you wouldn't know the black bars because, it's a regular scope screen and stuff, right? So those are there, not there when they're on home video, which then led to a big giant problem with the Stanley Kubrick DVD set that came out, the very first one that came out, because it had a lot of things in the opening that said this movie has been, you normally would see this movie has been edited to fit the format of this screen. When you put in like a VHS tape that was normally widescreen, they would say that in order to tell you that a widescreen thing was coming up. But with Kubrick films, and especially within this DVD set and everything, they said the following film is presented in the aspect ratio by its director for intended blah blah blah, something along those lines. It's been a long time since I've seen it and everything. Because I was like, why would I want to watch this? But that would precede that. And that weird thing put a bug in people's brains and told them that full frame was what Stanley Kubrick actually intended. There was a whole mess of a fight on this and everything. And I want to make a video about this one day where I really sit down and talk about how that DVD set screwed up the minds of so many like so-called cineasts and stuff that would just be like, this is the way he wanted it. Well, he didn't know widescreen televisions were going to exist, man. He died before that was in everyone's house. Come on.
And framing things that are extremely interesting to film students.
I will say this, and maybe perhaps we can talk about The Shining in that case and everything. But I would say, where you don't think that he's just particularly that tactician and everything. Think about A Clockwork Orange. A Clockwork Orange is not that kind of. There are moments of it. There are brilliant little bits of that are much like the kind of Shining, that are very meticulous in how they frame everything and stuff. But that is, I don't want to say it's loosey-goosey, but it's more stylized. It's more different and stuff. And you can really kind of see the Kubrick stank on it, if you will. And I think it really works. And so there are moments like that really kind of go, oh, this guy really does know what he's doing. It is not just a, someone that would please only the frame lovers that you see in this particular image.
Students and things that probably are extremely difficult to pull off, but that, at least for me, do absolutely nothing in terms of serving the story on a human level. And I think the perfect example of how out of touch I feel when talking to Kubrick fans is the documentary Room 237.
Which I saw before it kind of became a big thing and whatnot, because I forget exactly how I was kind of on the lowdown on this. I think it was like early film festivals and stuff like that. But I was a big, I think I even pirated this thing because I could not get access to it anywhere. But yeah, like it's a fun movie in as much as we can, pull apart the ideas and concepts and stuff. But it's people talking out their ass for 2 hours. It's fun. It's interesting. It's amazing that they used all the footage and stuff that they did with it. But it's a jag fest. Come on.
Room 237 examines the extremely obsessive detail with which fans have examined the film The Shining.
Exactly. With fans have done that. Yeah.
And have insisted they have detected all of this hidden meaning and symbolism and Easter eggs in the background. But here's the thing. They all conflict with one another. They are interpreting the same set decoration in radically different ways.
Which is awesome too, right? Because we can all look at this thing and all have different interpretations of it. And even Kubrick's interpretation and meaning itself for all of this, I don't want to say is up for grabs, is up for question or anything, but it is up for debate, because guess what? Once he's put it out into the world, he doesn't have control of that anymore. Who do you think he is, George Lucas?
Also, they're analyzing things that are clearly just minor continuity errors or editing.
Exactly. That's the problem that you get when all of a sudden it's just like, yeah, that's a continuity error, dog.
Mistakes. And they've decided that Kubrick is such a superhuman genius that there must be some kind of hidden meaning behind it.
It's like the brand of flour had a Native American on it. Native Americans had a spiritual, and like, shut up, brother. It was easy. Like it was set dressing. Shut up.
And everything I read about how he directs actors, like he would make Tom Cruise walk through a doorway 150 times.
Not that doorway. That's a front projection screen there he's walking on. He's got like a little treadmill there. And for whatever reason, Kubrick, even though the technology was absolutely there at the time, could have done blue screen on this, but decided to go weird old school and do rear projection walking down a street. I mean, not even like driving in a car, but walking down a street. Very rare that it happens because it looks weird and fake.
Because the idea,
But if he's doing it for his like, oh, it's like a dreamy mindset, blah 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 boo, then that's fine, I suppose.
is that if you break the actor down psychologically, you get the best performance out of them. You get
David Fincher has proven us that actually works. So yeah, it is what it is.
the most honest performance. But then you watch the movie and it's just nonsense. You got a mostly wooden performance out of one of the most charismatic people in the world.
No, well, listen, that movie's a whole different kettle of fish.
And like Jack Nicholson's performance in The Shining, he's
Terrible.
just hamming it up.
Yep.
It's the kind of performance he gave in Batman as the Joker.
Yeah, but at least in Batman, it is as the Joker, that's warranted. That's what you want from that character. But even then, he was not doing what, say, someone like Cesar Romero would do with the Joker, which would just be going at, we'll call it near 11 all of the time. His Joker went down a whole lot and everything. So like it had some low moments. He did the right thing. And then when Mark Hamill came along and kind of went and perfected a lot of that stuff, oh gosh, so good.
He's doing over-the-top villain, which he does very well. Again, I'm not saying he was a bad director. This is not rage bait.
2001: A Space Odyssey, though, like the more times I see it, the more I'm just like, it's impeccable what it really is. And if you can see it on the biggest possible screen that you can, please do it. Sit through the whole thing. Don't bullcrap yourself, and just kind of let yourself just let it wash over you. That's what I would suggest.
For example, the sets and the costumes in 2001 are incredibly striking. But I feel like in this, in every one of his films that I've seen, there's things that he gets away with. Where it's like, okay,
like murder.
If you honestly didn't know who directed this, would you not have complained about it? And I am not an expert.
I'm not quite sure what the last part was. Like I kind of fell off of the logic of the last little bit here, but all right, we got tons of stuff. Let's go.
Yorgos, I really, this is probably the most important question I'm going to ask you. It's really hard.
Oh, shout out to Frosty Collider, man. Listen, there ain't nothing more respectful than a man who ain't changed his style in 25 years. Frosty, God bless, brother. The same pair of glasses, the same T-shirt. If you could see it right now, I promise you, honest to God, he is wearing black cuffs of some sort. He got black fingernail polish. Homie has woken up every single day for the past 25 years and says, I got to make sure my nails look good. And just a regular old pair of jeans and like a graphic tee. Why the extra bits? Why the extra bits, Steve? You're 40. What is going on here?
To make a great movie. And you've made 3 of them in like 3 years. How the F do you keep like doing this in the pace that you're doing it?
You shouldn't.
Well, I can't keep doing it anymore. That's what we're certain of right now.
And honestly, I think it's probably a very smart thing for Yorgos here to take a break off of films for a while, because you've just been smacking us, boom, boom, boom. We haven't had a chance to miss you, darling. How about you just give us a little bit of a break here and then come back? Why the need to just a little much?
Now,
it's a big mistake.
It's a big mistake. I think, I need a break. I've said that before in between the other 3, but I'm serious now. This is, you can hold me to it. I'm going to take a little break.
I like the man stuff. I do. I just don't I don't think we need to see that much of it. Just like I don't want to see so much of David Cronenberg, like any of these guys. Let me miss you, man. Let me miss you before you put out the new album. You know what I'm saying? Julian says, I think I might get rid of the slow part of 2001 where the woman is walking upside down or whatever. Here's what you at least got to enjoy with that one, okay? At that point, with the stewardess and everything, number one, you have to have a good time with the old Pan Am stuff. So in the future, we still thought Pan Am was going to be a thing, and Pan Am was like the first one of these bastards to go, right? IBM still exists to some degree or another. Some of these other things still exist, but Pan Am was the one that we were really hoping in 2001: A Space Odyssey was going to be the thing that, put us in the future. But they were gone before the 70s were over. But what you really got to, like, with her walking upside down and the stuff like that, just enjoy the practicality of this set. Imagine what it was like to have to strap this camera down to this spot and then getting that footage back and going, oh my God, it actually worked. It actually works. It's smooth. It looks so good. It's slow. It's slow because it has to be, because you want it to be that perfect. And I promise you, they went as fast as they possibly could doing that, because otherwise, you might get that some sort of little judder or stutter in there and everything. And God knows you don't want that. But like, I would say that's how you kind of watch that scene, and like the floating pen and all that kind of good stuff, which we've seen them duplicate in other films. And then also while aping this film, they don't do it again, which is another weird one. It's just like, but you didn't do the glass thing. It's right there. It's so easy. Back to Yorgos.
It was just like having, like, I decide which film to make every time that a script is ready. So when it is ready, when we've been working something for such a long time, it just feels like a shame to just let it there and wait. So I kind of forced myself almost to, like, try and find the time to.
What kind of dirty things you think old Yorgos here does in the bedroom based upon the things that we've seen in his movies? It ain't vanilla, right? Right? He ain't got no vanilla love life. Yorgos getting down.
To do it immediately after I finish something, or sometimes, like,
you don't make that character in that what's her name, Emma Stone was in that last flick. No, probably I can't say that. That was probably the first of three. Man, he's done too many movies. He's got to slow it down.
We shot Kinds of Kindness.
I didn't see that one
during a very long period of VFX on Poor Things.
Poor Things was the one I was thinking.
So I felt that I needed to do something during.
No, it was the one that was after Poor Things. It was Poor Thing. I don't know. I'm forgetting now.
That time, and then Begonia. I had read, like 3 years before, and we worked with Will a little bit on the script, so it felt ready, and we just wanted to go out and make it. So you find the will and the strength, but at some point it runs out. We're at that point.
The will has run out. I know what he means.
There's a lot of buyers coming in looking to take on $34 billion.
Who will buy Warner Brothers Discovery?
Deal, so
that was what was so funny. Then all of these companies, they buy other companies saying, "Hey, look at us, we've got all this crap," and then they just drop off. And then they just drop off and they're gone. You're like, "Yeah, good job, fellas."
Well, again, this is before the split, so you are buying all of it. You're getting all the cable networks, the studio, HBO, and the debt. So that puts off a lot of people. You have some buyers who really don't want to be in cable, namely Netflix, who reiterated that yesterday in their earnings call. Any kind of big tech player, I doubt wants to be if they were to come in, whether that be a Google or an Apple.
I hope if there's anyone who doesn't, who I don't want to get any Warner Brothers and all that kind of stuff, is Netflix. I don't want Netflix to do that, because here's the thing. Anytime Netflix it could have the possibility to buy up one of these studios or whatever, it is another nail in the coffin for physical media, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't want that to happen. We're already looking at bad stuff going on in the physical media realm right now. That would only worsen things.
They've expressed interest per se, but that would be a hard sell. NBCU is the only one and Paramount are the only two that kind of you could say, all right, maybe NBCU would spin the cable networks into Versant and do something along those lines and just keep the IP for themselves. Paramount, again, is trying to make cable work in a sense, so we'll see about that. But
it's not going to happen. It's so stupid. It's just this whole... Y'all never should have gone away from physical media. You done screwed yourselves so many times over. You don't got no brains in your head, man. I don't understand it. People are just dumb.
Yeah, the wording that really caught my eye in the document that they released was, they've set this plan for WB Studios and Discovery Global to split and
You mean the WB?
defined what's in each company,
by
and
about
they've
mid
kind of
26.
by mid 20. Yeah, they said hopefully by April is the timeline they most recently updated with of next year. And now the wording in it was like, essentially, we can reconfigure those depending upon what people want. So this is Zaz's big flare being shot up into the M&A marketplace, being like, hey,
like, these colors are bad, man. I thought that was a prison door behind them.
hey, kind sir, what would you like of our assets? And we will configure
It's like a room from the Florida Project, don't it?
that for you, essentially. So that's the again, I'm not in so many words, Elaine, but certainly what's implied there. So
But that's your read, that maybe we don't divvy it up this way. Maybe if you're interested in buying a different cluster of the Discovery networks.
Exactly. If right now Discovery Global has the sports, so like maybe if someone had a real big interest in the sports, the sports package, that could be maybe something that's flexible, or they don't want some aspect of. I mean, the thing is, you can dice this up in a pretty.
I thought this was going to be more entertaining than this. I'm not going to lie to you, folks. I don't always watch all of these all the way. And
dire way, not to get on kind of reiterate Richard's saying, but like,
oh my word, have mercy.
We don't really make and sell TV shows, so we don't want the Warner Brothers Television, but we want WB Studios because we like the movie business or something. You can really dice these things up in a way where maybe that creates.
Hey, I want to have WB Kids from back in the 90s. Can I get property of that where I can get myself some Animaniacs and Batman and all that kind of good stuff?
The most value in terms of like the highest price, which is what Zaz is.
That's my time right there.
Really ultimately going for here. Mm-hmm. But to Richard's point, it could make a lot of businesses either decrease in size or materially go away. So that's the real danger there. But all bets are off here, Elaine. Zaz is really trying to figure out something else besides this Paramount, the Peace Guy offer, which they've come back again. There was a second bid this week reported in many outlets for roughly $24-ish a share, maybe $25.
Man, that's garbage.
Rejected again. So again, this is the escalating. WB has to consider these. These are legitimate offers for the business. They can't be like, well, I don't like it. Like, hey,
the WB, I got a legitimate offer for you. $500. You'll have until tomorrow midnight.
That's not how this works. Shareholders can sue you if you don't take a deal that's very good on the table. So a lot of factors here, Elaine.
I'm going to sue you. Sorry about that one, boys and girls. That one was a rough one. Oh, we got old Simmons here. What he talking about? Halloweener?
First of all, the GOAT.
You feel like Michael Myers is the GOAT?
Brother, no. No. Chat, let me know. GOAT of horror, killers, slashers, all that kind of mess. Who do you have, and why in the world is it not Michael Myers? Come on, man. Michael Myers, really, Bill Simmons? What a weak sauce that is, boy.
It's him versus Voorhees in the finals. But versus Voorhees, Myers, more realistic. Original, came first. Funnier. Just flat out funnier than Voorhees. I thought he had more of a purpose. I don't really know.
Does he mean in the sequels they got drastically more funny and ergo stupid? Because that they did.
You know what, Voorhees, it's like, yeah, I drowned in this lake. I'm just going to kind of protect this campsite, but now I'm going to be in Manhattan.
I'm different in that, am I off? I feel like Freddy is the clear guy. I don't know why.
Freddy is. Come on. If we're talking about iconic super villains, super ghost people. I'm sorry. I did listen. I did 10 years worth of HMP Volume 1. You got to give me a break. But I think if we're talking about iconic horror icons and everything, that's the word. Horror icons. If we're talking the top ones, Freddy's got to be there, man. From the face, the hat, you can see him in silhouette, and you know exactly who it is. It's so much an indelible character that Robert Englund is forever Freddy Krueger, despite having a career pre and post the Nightmare on Elm Street films. So Freddy's the answer here. I mean, like if you count the films, he's had probably better films than the majority of them. And again, he's the central character. And I almost can't, like, as much as I like a good number of Friday the 13th movies, you really can't, say the majority of the reason that the majority of those Friday the 13th movies are good is on account of Jason. Jason's not usually the differentiating factor with making a Friday the 13th movie good or not. He's not usually the component that goes, well, Jason sucked, ergo this movie sucked. No. The movie usually sucks, and Jason's decent enough in any of them. But Freddy is the kind of guy, love him or hate him, and there were some moments in there that were clearly, obviously garbage and whatnot, and tough to defend. But they all lived and breathed off of the aura that was Freddy Krueger and stuff like that. And none of the other ones have that, especially because they're nonverbal.
Really? I do. Of all of these guys, Freddy has by far the most personality. These guys don't have any personality.
Yep.
Freddy,
None. Zero. Nada. So much so that nearly every time there's a new actor in there, say for, Kane Hodder in a couple of cases and stuff like that. But for the most part, they're all very, very different. And ergo also inconsistent in that fact. Why is it my favorite character be the miniseries TV show? Exactly. Or Willie, I should have said. I don't know why I read that incorrect. Because I can't read. Because I can't read and I have bad eyesight. Combine those two things together, bad news bears for me. But yeah, Freddy's way better. Come on.
Welcome to prime time, bitch. Freddy's making jokes.
And he was even better in those first two. Here's the thing, Jason Voorhees, you can't even really count those first two films because he doesn't come proper Jason Voorhees until part 3, really. Once you put the iconic mask on and we figure out exactly, so to speak, who he is as far as, from an iconography standpoint and everything, the first film, that's not his movie.
Do kung fu, Freddy will block that shit. Freddy has pizzazz and flair. And to be honest with you, he was by far the most terrifying because these two guys, obviously they're forces of nature and you can't stop them and all of that stuff.
But if you can get on your dirt bike, you can leave Michael Myers in the dust. You know what I'm saying?
I just used to be so afraid of Freddy because you had to fall asleep.
Yep, exactly. That's what actually makes that really good. And honestly, what I think makes Freddy versus Jason really good is dealing with that sleep aspect and stuff, and the kids in town that were all taking the dream medicine and stuff like that. Like that movie, it's got its faults in it, but it's got a lot of cool stuff as well.
Oh, awesome. Jared Leto, let's hire him again.
Oh, hold on. This is my argument in a recent poll I participated in on the subject. Freddy is the best villain because he has personality. I think is what we wanted there. That's fine. Movie studios.
Hey, I'm Jared Leto. We don't like you, Jared Leto. Please leave. Please leave. Seems like we should hire him again.
Pretty much.
I used to say that the reason why the humor in Ghostbusters worked so well is because it was played straight and that Bill Murray was the comic relief. But after watching it now for like the 30th time, I don't think that's the case. I think that it's not that they play it straight. It's that they take it seriously.
Yeah, there's a difference between playing straight and taking serious. That's correct. Because then there's some winking and nodding and stuff at the camera and everything to a degree within that movie. But yeah, I agree.
In the sense that it's like the humor arises naturally out of the scenario and it's not forced comedy like some of the later Ghostbusters ones. I think that it's this is a weird pull, but it's kind of like Pulp Fiction. The humor comes from the fact that they would be funny within that situation and not that we're just going like, hey, here's another humdinger for you. Have taken something that is kind of extraordinary, like being a Ghostbuster or being a hitman, and just making it a mundane thing. They're talking about, cheeseburgers and Twinkies, and they're not talking about Twinkies. They're just doing their job, and it's the fact that they've taken something extraordinary like hunting spirits and turned it into like oh, well, okay, we're talking about the Twinkies was in Ghostbusters. I thought he was talking about Twinkies in Pulp Fiction, but he was going A and B. That's my bad. I am willing to admit that I can make a mistake. See women I've dated and married? This schlubby gig. So that's why it's so funny. What?
One of the reasons I don't like One Battle After Another is because I think they portray the left inaccurately. For example, there's no autistic people in the movie.
Maybe my favorite video of the week. Woo! All right. What's next?
I'm going to see the Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Oh, speaking of which. Oh, no. He's back, everybody. Oh, my God. Oh, my word in heaven. So Jamal's back, everybody. And look at him. A grown-ass man doing whatever the hell this is. What? He don't like what people have to say. Isn't it funny, though? He ain't never done this with one of my videos. Telling.
In my opinion, it's terrible.
It is. It's a terrible movie. Well, it's not a terrible movie. It's just not as good a movie as all you people make it out to be. You're wrong. Zombieland didn't even enter your mind as a source for the Twinkie reference. I suppose that it didn't. She's very funny. Could be a comedian in the making. All right, back to Jamal. Hold on. All right, here we go.
I hate the movie No Country for Old Men.
All right, see now, here's the thing, Jamal. I'm with you on this one. If you the first one I will say no to, the second one I'm agreeing that's a silly one. But let's see where this is embarrassing.
Okay, listen.
Oh my God, it got worse. How'd it get worse? Oh my God, he just goes, I'm gonna Ninja Turtle out of this son of a bitch. Watch out.
Opinions are opinions, and everyone's
people are people, so how could it be? I tell you what, you guys write some of the best lyrics I've ever heard. You're right.
Should have them, and everyone should understand what they're.
Everyone has opinions, and everyone should have them. Yes.
But I think you should have to earn the right to talk about art on a mic.
Oh my word. Coming from you, my friend, what a hilarious thought and idea. Do go on.
Microphone now. I'm serious. I think you have to earn that right. There should be a little badge, like a little
badge that says, I have all the right ideas and you are the dummy. That's what this bozo thinks.
Driver's license that says I'm not a second screen viewer. You know, like I need you to.
Listen, I'm not a fan of these people either, but you being a butthole about it is not going to change their perspective on things. It's just not. Trust me, as a butthole to many people, it doesn't change them. They're the same. You can't change buttholes.
Prove to me that you can watch a TV show or a film the way it was meant to be.
I bet you $1,000 that this asshole does a lot of second screen viewing at home. Look at you! You are perpetually online, my friend. What are you talking about? I bet you money you on that big second screen train. It's always the people screaming out the loudest that are probably the most guilty because they don't want you looking in their direction. Am I right?
With your phone out of sight, you're not scrolling through TikTok during the quiet bits. You're not pausing it. You're not chopping it up into 20.
Can I tell you something, gang? This is why I painted my home theater black all the way. It's not black. It's nightclub, which is like about the darkest gray you can find. But I painted my entire room this color. All the walls, ceiling. When you're watching it, everything disappears. Everything disappears. And like the movie theater, you're just seeing the thing. So trust me, I ain't doing no second screening.
Different chunks over 4 days. Like you shouldn't even be near a microphone until you've proved that you can do that.
Gatekeeping as always, huh?
Because everything he says about why these movies are bad is just reeks of someone who doesn't know how to focus.
Brother, the call is coming from inside the house. You of all people to be pointing fingers. Hilarious.
And it shouldn't matter, but he's on a microphone, and that's going to get hundreds of thousands of views. Prove you can focus. Prove you got good comprehension skills, that you can actually sit in a story. Otherwise, what are we doing here? We've just leveled the guardrails of critique. I don't want to hear from it.
What are you talking about? I literally have a video with you saying I'm giving a movie a 0 because I don't like it. It's no good to me, even though I just rated it 3 stars. I'm going to rate it down to 0 stars now because I don't like how comic book movies make me feel no more. You're an idiot, dude. What are you talking about? You are the most hypocritical moron I've ever seen.
Jealous about the movie.
And he's like 27 years old, by the way. I don't know if anyone else knows that, but my God.
Movie I'm sorry, this doesn't feel like someone who's watched a full film in years. By the way, I saw another video of them where they were talking about The Girlfriend being the best thing they'd watched all year.
Have you watched The Girlfriend on?
I don't watch no Netflix shows. What is this?
Amazon Prime?
No.
Oh, Amazon Prime. Better or worse? Indifferent?
Yeah, no.
One of the best things I've seen this year.
What are we talking about? And I had fun with The Girlfriend, but what are we talking about?
I'll leave that one alone.
It's also not about can you put the phone away. It's about do you put the phone away. Do you regularly go, right, phone down, we're watching this, I'm focused, I need to know you can do that.
This tells me that Jamal has a problem focusing. Again, when people start pointing fingers and saying this is what other people are doing, what they're really saying is please don't look at me doing the thing that I'm accusing other people of doing.
Before I care about your take on One Battle After Another or No Country for Old Men.
Didn't you come all the way to America and then didn't end up seeing that Spike Lee film that you yelled at everybody that they ought to go see? What happened with that, Jamal? Weren't you supposed to live up to a standard? I tell you what.
Honestly, brands, get in touch. We'll make a little badge. We'll do a little thing.
Get in touch, everybody. It's brands, because that's what we need. More brands in movies. What an idiot.
Cool. I'm not a second screen viewer, right? People will have to earn it. They'll have to earn it. And then you can talk about films on a microphone.
Bro, you do not want to get into that needing to earn to get into something, because you going to get stomped with that one every time, my man. It ain't going to be good for you. I don't, that's not smart. Opinions are like assholes. Mine is better than yours.
Sorry about your mom.
Sorry about your mom. You son of a bitch.
My fault. I didn't mean it. No, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. No, I didn't mean that.
What you don't know is how scared that dude actually is right now. Like, he's playing it very, very cool, but I promise you, inside, this man's pants are ruined.
I know.
I will say this is a fairly weak Jason costume here. What the hell is this? What are you, Jason / the white Kool-Aid man? Horrid.
I know how you feel. I know how you feel.
What's next?
I'm not one for hyperbole, but this is the batshit horror experience of the year.
All right. Let's hear it.
And you freaks have been clamoring for me to watch it, so let's talk about the Tubi original horror movie, Match.
It's on Tubi, of all things. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know and if you aren't hip to the rhythm of the music, Tubi may be the best streaming service that's out there. That's right. I said it. And you know what it costs you? $0. Sure, you got to watch some ads and some things every now and then, but you know what you pay for it? $0. It's just like broadcast TV back in the day. Sure, you ain't going to like everything that's on there, but you know, chances are if you scroll around enough, you might find something that'll suit your fancy, and it's not costing you a dime out of your pocket. You just got to watch shitty ads just like you did back in the day. So listen, Tubi, wildly underrated.
If I'm grading on a Tubi original curve, this shit is like a 9 out of 10, especially if you're just looking for a fun time. There's not a lot of scares in this, but it is certifiably bizarre. What this lacks in budget, it more than makes up for in heart and originality alone. The less you know going into this, the better.
Love to hear that.
Even going into this, anticipating something fucking wild, I could have never guessed the directions in which this was going at any point. Now, I will say, on a scale of Elio to Salo, this...
Wow. I guess they only come in those two measures, don't they? They're like, your movie can be rated somewhere in between these two. Where I promise you, it's somewhere in there. Oh, shit balls. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What happens when you accidentally touch something and your video is so flipping long?
Like the grossest thing I've ever seen, but it's certainly repulsive at times. I don't know. You're just going to have to see it to believe it for yourself. Probably the best indie horror movie of the year.
Oh, all right. Alex gives his seal of approval here. Agree. Match is worth a watch. Very nice. All right. Something to watch. That's good. Since I got the home theater and everything finally set up, I can start watching things again, which is going to be nice because I was just sitting here at this computer, which is not the most cinematic experience as one might suspect. That's all I can say. I'm looking at it. All right.
Okay, there's no single best year for horror movies.
It's a tough one. Let's see what we got.
This one's too subjective. Trick or Treat, Dead Silence.
Okay. Dead Silence. What are we on here? What are we on?
30 Days of Night.
Also, what are we on? Sorry, 30 Days a Night. I know a lot of people like 30 Days a Night. Those people are silly gooses. I don't get it.
Okay, you're just listing movies at this point.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Those were just movies that came out at that time. Shut up. No. Best and best. Get out of here. I know he's listen. This is a smart guy. I know he's got to be going somewhere good.
Paranormal Activity 1, The Mist.
Good stuff. No lies. Those were very good things. I like those. Best year for horror based upon 2 films. Afraid not.
And 2007. All of those. Okay, it's a good year. Good. I mean, that's a large number of great movies.
Pretty good. Here's the thing, though, dude. Like horror movies, especially though, there are years where you just have an ass load of bangers, man. Sometimes 2025, honestly, is a year of banger ass horror films, dude. I don't know if that's where he's going with this, but I would honestly say, of all time, perhaps not. But like as of late, this year for horror, pretty damn good year for horror, I would say.
Classics every single year. You want to go weird that year? The Poughkeepsie Tapes is that year? Or
oof, no.
Teeth? Something May Have Been in the Air in 2007. Guess what other movie is that year? I Am Legend?
No.
Okay. There is some hitters. Oh, our underrated gems year 410. You got Vacancy. You got The Number 23.
Vacancy. I'll give you Vacancy, but you know what I like better than Vacancy? Identity. Same vein. Number 23. I think that gets a little bit maligned. I remember liking that movie in the theater. Again, I was a lot younger, so what it would do for me now, I couldn't tell you.
Okay, but The Number 23 doesn't count as an underrated gem. Okay. The Original Wreck.
None of y'all saw that in the year that it came out here in America. Ergo, I say don't count.
The Orphanage, or you want a real classic?
The Orphanage was the shit, though.
That year? Hit me. 28 Weeks Later. I like.
Disagree. Hate that movie. Saw it at Grauman's Chinese Theater. The only thing that I enjoyed that time was looking at all the architecture that was in that historic movie theater. Hated that movie.
Days, the Weeks one is one of my all-time favorites. Okay, yeah. What other years are in competition here? Have you been to 2005? Little behind-the-scenes excerpt here. I was going to do how the early 2000s is the best decade of horror and debate like that. But the 2007 is full of bangers. Okay, so I'll do a few specific years and then do
I like how he's breaking down. He's just like, listen, I started this sketch as this one thing, but I'm kind of pushing it over to another. That's great.
A decade debate.
That's awesome.
Oh, believe me, we are mentally prepared.
Okay, here's my prediction for the Oscars as it stands right now. Based upon what we've seen and based upon nothing more than the we'll call it climate of Hollywood, if you will. Right now, I'm going to say your best director is going to be Ryan Coogler for Sinners, which I feel like I would disagree with. I mean, I think it's fine, but best of the year, I would disagree with that. But they so desperately want to give Ryan Coogler an Oscar. If you don't think that that's true, you're a big old giant dum-dum. In which case, also then, I think that, and because we live in like a little split thing, and I'm not saying that Sinners couldn't win the whole shebang, couldn't win the Best Picture, Best Director. It's not impossible. But the way that the Academy works these days is they kind of split some stuff up a little bit. So I am thinking Ryan Coogler is going to go Best Director. I am thinking Best Picture is going to go to One Battle After the Other. Because with the One Battle After the Other, that is your final thing of the evening and everything, and they can give their big bullcrap political speeches there and everything. They'll go over time, the music will go loud, and they'll feel like they're big giant ass champions and shit like that. That's exactly what will happen. So that's my early predictions for the Oscars based upon nothing but the political climate of the world and Hollywood itself.
We are mentally prepared. If you've paid attention to the Oscars for even just the past decade. All right. Then you've witnessed hashtag Oscars so white, La La Land being called out instead of Moonlight.
I still don't understand how all of that worked. And who remembers Moonlight at this point? Raise your hands. Nobody. That's right.
And
not that La La Land was a whole hell of a lot of much nothing either, frankly. So I mean, both are pretty forgettable.
It wasn't even 5 years ago when Chadwick Boseman was posthumously nominated for Best Actor for Ma Rainey, and the Academy Awards changed Best Actor to be the last award of the night because everyone thought that Chadwick Boseman was going to win Best Actor.
I didn't know that. I haven't watched the Oscars in many a years. Thanks to Half-Ass Movie Podcast, streaming live 8 p.m. Eastern, Sunday evenings. Check it out, even during the Oscars all of these years.
Actor, and then he didn't win. Being a Black cinephile is seeing your favorites being snubbed over and over again, year after year. Even so, I maintain hope that maybe this year will be different.
Here's the thing, though. You got to be very, very careful because you don't want to get into that neighborhood of them getting to just give you one to shut you up. You know what I'm saying? For example, the night I knew that the Oscars were 1,000% rigged was when, was it Jane Fonda? I think it was Jane Fonda. Was leading in for the best director category and everything. And they were like, tonight, I forget the numbers. I'm just going to make them up here. Tonight, we have 5 fantastic directors and one or will it be one female or the brand new female director? Will it be the first time that blah, blah, blah? That's essentially what the thing was. Is like, will one of these 5 or will it be the first time for a woman to actually win this? And of course she did. And of course it, no.
So Tron is set to lose a lot of money.
They keep trying to make Tron happen. Tron has never made money. I think it's it's never. I'm trying to think of anything else that's done it as many times. Dr. Dolittle, that always hasn't made money. But they keep doing it. Cleopatra, anytime you do a Cleopatra movie, those movies don't make anything. I don't know what it is with Hollywood, but they keep on thinking like, hey, we're going to swing and hit one more time. It's like, but you never do. You never do. And it's just like it's like something in your brain doesn't go, maybe people don't want to see that.
Well, here's a couple of things you should know. Number 1, Disney doesn't make very much money on their films anymore. Like,
oh boy, here we go.
Name one that's been super successful since 2019.
Well, listen, none of them have been super successful. And again, that goes into my whole spiel about how movies cost way too much because we're spending way too much and the ROI is just not there. This is simple, basic business mechanics. And for whatever reason, Hollywood refuses to do any of that.
And number 2, people don't go to the movies anymore. 25 and under don't give a shit about film.
Yeah, because if you don't make something cool, they ain't going to go. But we don't make anything cool no more.
They don't go to the movies. I was just at a middle school talking to these kids. And
they said 6, 7.
Hardly any of them go see anything, and the only things that they do watch are on streaming. Parents just don't take their kids to movies anymore.
There you go. Let's call it what it really is. And that's true. Parents don't take their kids to the movies much anymore. Not nearly as much as they used to, certainly back in the day. And again, it all feeds back into it, boys and girls. It's because of the price. It's what I am always griping on here. If movies would go back Monday through Thursday, all screenings $5 and all concessions, movie like get you get this again, ticket, popcorn, soda, $10 Monday through Thursday, any screen. Tell me you wouldn't go to the movies more. I know you would. I know you would.
More when they can watch it at home. Now, another thing, it's also been confirmed that tons of personalities on social media were paid to bomb this film before it even came out.
Was it confirmed that they were paid to bomb it? That's I don't buy that.
Which was really weird. Movies and cinema as we know it has been dying for a long time. Gen Alpha doesn't care about movies.
And again, if you continue to, treat them as if they are stupid dum-dums, they never will. Yeah.
And Gen Z can barely afford to go see movies.
Well, and again, part of the reason that like some of that is like, oh, they don't care for movies and stuff like that. Again, I'm sorry, I got to point back to you, Gen X parents, because you don't want to bum your kids out by not letting them do whatever the fuck it is they want to do. Your kids are going to be stupid and media illiterate because you won't sit them down and actually watch films and teach them about stuff. It's just called, well, I don't want to be harsh in their gig like my parents did to me. Sometimes you need some of that stuff, dog.
So in reality, it's just dying out. Majority of things will be straight to streaming.
Not if we got anything. Not if us normies got anything to do with it.
Christopher Nolan fans are exactly like Taylor Swift fans.
I think I agree.
Exactly like them.
All right, he doubled down.
If anybody says anything besides them being the GOAT, or they point out some, deficiencies in his films or anything like that, it's just like Swiftie fans when they're like, she's the greatest of all time after these weak trash lyrics that don't do nothing, basic track. Like it's the same.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. Yeah. Listen, and I'm a Nolan fan, but Nolan super fans are something else. It's just like, no, everything's perfect. It's not perfect. Come on, man, get real. I like a lot of the stuff though, but it also takes me several times to like a lot of his stuff. Believe it or not,
it's the same. And I like a couple Nolan films. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But his diehards are like crazy, bro. Y'all have got
sometimes people's big giant, like even David Lynch fans can make me not want to try to give David Lynch a shot because it's just like, well, you guys are kind of turd balls.
Come on, y'all, get it
together.
I saw Warfare last night, and I have thoughts.
Ooh, Warfare. Now, if we had any semblance of a society where we actually took the merits of a film and not the ideals of the film into consideration, Warfare would be on the top of that list for, kind of best picture, best director. Because that movie is frigging amazing. And I will tell you this right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen, if Warfare does not win at least 2 Oscars for sound design and sound editing, a travesty has taken place. They absolutely deserve it. Man, so good.
But my biggest one right now is that to any of you on this app or any other app, or hell,
oh, like on the YouTube here on TikTok Trash Tuesday, like we're doing right now. Hi, lady.
Even the group of men involved in the film who said that this movie tried to give literally any amount of respect or dignity to the Iraqi family whose home is taken over by a group of Navy SEALs for the entire duration of the film.
What would you like them to do? It's Warfare, madam. Like, come on. Like, listen, at the end of the day, they were the only ones walking out. You know what I'm saying?
You're either dumb or you're lying. Those are the only options. As someone who has seen the movie, you're either stupid or you're a liar. I was actually stunned by their complete lack of presence in the movie.
What are you talking about? They were over in the corner. They were hiding. They were trying not to, be loud and stuff when things were going off and going crazy. What are you talking about? Were you napping during certain scenes? What's going on? They have like several conversations with them and stuff like that. Are you one of those people that needs to have the captions on?
Given they are in their home the entire time. I think.
What are you talking? Again, they're there. They're. I don't want to say a constant thing, but they're there a decent amount.
The woman is given a line. I think.
All right, listen. Not for nothing, but do you know the culture that you're talking about here? Women are very often seen and not heard. Just saying. It is the white people that always got this thing, and don't they?
The man might be given 2 or 3, but they are a handful of words and in passing.
What would they say? What would they say? What are the soldiers going to do? Like, hey, guys, I know we're in your home and everything, but would you like to give us your thoughts on the socio-economical, political rumblings that are going on in your country right now? Are you totally cool with us coming over here and spying on the people that are across the street and that will probably, are trying to kill everybody? Are you cool with? Shut up, man. What are you talking about? And again, this is a movie that like takes place in real time. Shut up.
And when they are on screen, they are solely depicted as either a potential aggressor or hysterical.
Well, those were the two things that they were, possibly a possible aggressor, and they were hysterical at points. So yeah. When you do the things that when some people go, hey, this is what you're doing, and then you did that thing, then yeah.
I cannot believe I am saying this. I actually am surprised by how poorly they depicted that Iraqi family.
They lived! They were like the few people who lived! What are you talking about?
And trust me,
half of the dudes at the platoon died. The whole family stayed. What are you talking about?
I was not expecting much.
Oh my God. So dramatic. I sound like Gene Siskel saying this, but warfare didn't do anything that I hadn't seen before. So I was like, no, listen, that's fair enough. I get it. Now, let me ask you this, though. What kind of theater you see it in? Did you see it in the theater? Because I will tell you that they're a different experience. If you hear that, that is a movie, and Garland's movies have done this for the last couple bits between Warfare and Civil War previously. Amazingly mixed movies. Golly, that dude can mix a movie, boy. And you see that in a movie theater or the proper home theater system, then that might change your mind.
These are some random movie hot takes to get off my chest.
All right. First of all, I'm gonna give a couple hot takes off my chest right now. First and foremost, these what you call them, Texas Chainsaw Massacre glasses. Remember that? Remember the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre? The one dude that got killed. He had these exact same glasses and damn near the same hair, if I'm not mistaken. And what is this that you're wearing here, my friend? It's a Cosby sweater.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 is the best superhero film of all time.
You know, we thought this at one point too with HMP, and as somebody who has recorded well over 560 episodes of podcasts talking about superhero films and television properties for well over a decade, I feel I'm very much kind of able to talk on this subject. When we started the podcast, very specifically, even I think that we all would have actually said this. Spider-Man 2, probably the best superhero film of all time. Does it hold up? Not as well as you think it does. It did for a while. It did for a very, very good while. But as the years go on, kind of falls off a little bit. It just does. It's okay. It happens.
Better than any MCU or Snyderverse film, bar none.
Listen, I'll give you better than any Snyderverse. But any MCU, you're telling me that... You're telling me that Spider-Man 2 is better than Civil War? Or excuse me, not Civil War. Fuck Civil War. Winter Soldier. You telling me that Spider-Man 2 is better than Winter Soldier? I think not.
Scarface is a middling Brian De Palma film.
Agreed. Huge Brian De Palma fan. How often do I go to Scarface? Not very.
There's about 7 or 8 better films that he made.
At least, yes. Absolutely agree.
Not watching non-English language cinema cuts you off to some of the best movies.
It does. But relying only upon those makes you a pretentious prick, and you don't want to be that either.
Not watching black and white movies cuts you off to even more.
Also very correct. Yeah. I don't understand those people. It's just like, I can't watch it. It's in black and white. You're an idiot.
The Last Jedi rules and Johnson's themes of letting go of the past were some of the best concepts that Star Wars ever got in.
And then we threw them all away. Wasn't it the greatest? It's just like, I thought that was such a kind of a baller move, is to look at everybody and be like, hey, all the things that you were hoping for, they're not it. It's not, we don't have any connection to these things. She's just a regular old person. This is nothing special. And that's what would have made it cool. That was the idea, that like Spider-Man is just a regular dude in that situation. He wasn't born into privilege. He didn't have anything. It was an accident. And that's kind of what this was like. It was just like, listen, you just kind of fell into this. You weren't that, kind of chosen one and stuff like that. That's ridiculous. And that's what everybody wants. And what that did was subvert all of those expectations. And some MFers just couldn't take it. They just couldn't take it. It was so sad. And then they were just like, somehow Palpatine returned. You're like, fuck. Korean and Japanese movies are the best. I agree. Kind of related. I got Albert Albert Pune's director's cut of Captain America 1990 in the mail today. I think I've got that one too. Do I have the director's cut? I got one that's got parts 1 and 2 on the same disc. It's supposed to be much better than what was released. So that may be the new one. Yeah, cool.
Plot is one of the least important aspects of a movie to me. The popularity of CinemaSins is and was bad for me.
Can I tell you, I never was a CinemaSins person. I was just like, when I kind of heard of the idea, it was just like, why would I want to watch something that would actively make me dislike the thing that I saw that more than likely I liked?
Movie discourse. It's more than okay for people to have different movie opinions than me. And
no, they all must be the same as me. That much I disagree. They all have to have this. No, certainly not. Some things aren't going to be for some people, and that's A-okay. And the sooner that you can learn that as an adult, where it's just like, hey, I might like X thing, but if you don't like X thing, who gives a shit? Let's just move on. It's fine. Like, you don't have to. If somebody comes to me and just goes like, I don't like Star Wars, I'm like, I can see that. I mean, even I dislike Star Wars sometimes.
In fact, I relish in it, unless your opinion stems from racism, sexism, or homophobia.
Oh, those are all the opinions I got, though, man.
If the people you turn to for movie opinions look and sound just like you need to expand your network of
I mean, we both got glasses, but that's about it. And we're white, I suppose.
Movie culture critics. And finally, it's okay to wait to watch certain things. There's a lot of cinema out there. You don't have to speed run the best 250 narrative feature films on Letterboxd.
But it don't hurt you. It gets to work.
Before you're 30. Some will land better.
I did, though. Like, I got on that thing. Remember when AFI put out their top 100 films? I wanted to see that before I turned 18. I wanted to go through and watch all of those movies. And I did it, It wasn't too difficult, but like it was a goal that I had set for myself. I was just like, okay, for my 18th birthday, I want to be able to watch all 100 of these films, and I did. You know what? I'm a better movie lover for having done that.
If you wait.
All right, I am absolutely geeking out about this. Tell me what we're seeing today.
This is a 70mm print of Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh my God.
Damn. 70mm Lawrence of Arabia. This would be something that, like, if I knew it was somewhere within a decent enough driving distance, 100% would do this. 100%.
Gosh, these are all the reels. Oh my God. So 2 years ago, in Paris, I'm on a red carpet for the new movie Napoleon. It's hectic and it's busy, and all of a sudden, I see Tom Rothman out of the corner of my eye, who's the chairman CEO of Sony. And in the clip that you can see here, you'll see Tom Rothman and I geeking out about film projection. One of my favorite theatrical experiences I ever had was seeing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in 70mm at the ArcLight. It blew my mind. And so I asked Tom Rothman a question.
Now, the last movie that I saw in 70mm was it Hateful Eight? It might have been Hateful Eight. Man, oh man, what a great experience in 70mm. Did it twice in 70mm.
About his favorite theatrical experience that kind of gave him the understanding of why movies are so special.
I am a child of Lawrence of Arabia, and I get
Lawrence of Arabia, British Beatlemania.
To work now at the studio of Lawrence of Arabia.
My goal one day is to watch that on 70mm. I've always wanted to.
Do it. Then call us up, okay, and come over. We have a beautiful 70mm.
Talk about a wish list to be like, hey, man, I'd love to see Lawrence of Arabia in 70mm. And homie goes, come on by the house. Woo!
Print.
I will be
pristine, and I will screen it for you.
Oh my God, bro. Amazing.
I'm literally going to ask you.
Come.
Like, I'm not joking.
Come. I'm not joking either.
So cut to about 2 years later, I move out to Los Angeles, and I remember that I have this video. And the memory got sparked because I was interviewing Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell for a Sony movie, funny enough, called A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. And Margot Robbie was talking about seeing Lawrence of Arabia in 70mm. And I was like, wait a second. I remember having a conversation with Tom Rothman about seeing a 70mm presentation of Lawrence of Arabia on the Sony lot. Why don't I just reach out and see what happens?
He's over there coming by Tom Rothman's office being like, excuse me, 2 years ago on TikTok, this is what you said. Show me the movie.
So I emailed my contacts at Sony, and then I would say about a week and a half later, I am sitting in a theater on the Sony lot with my wife and her parents.
Oh man, so cool.
Watching a 70 millimeter presentation of Lawrence of Arabia.
A private screening, no less. Oh.
Not only that, they brought in 13 reels of film, and the projectionist, I want to give a shout out to Aaron, was in the projection booth switching back and forth between the projectors as each reel would end.
Oh, he was switching live. Wow, very impressive.
It was the cleanest and most beautiful presentation I'd ever seen for a film. And to see a classic David Lean film projected in 70 millimeter. And I want to say thank you to Sony. Thank you to Tom Rothman for making that happen. And honestly, if this teaches any lessons, if someone offers you something cool,
make sure you get it on video and put it back in their face so you can just be like, hey, remember what you said, you son of a bitch? You do this or I'm suing you.
Follow up on it. You never know what'll happen. How do
Kevin, you owe me $25.
That's not my word. I got to get in contact with you somehow. That would be amazing.
I'm the chairman of Sony. I'm easy to find.
I'm in the phone book. Take a look.
Genuinely will come there.
And I know Kevin McCarthy.
That's friggin' awesome. I did see Lawrence of Arabia in 70 millimeter, and it was amazing. That is awesome, dude. Jeez. Sure.
So today,
singing some downtown. Oh man, Family Guy's joke about The Godfather. Uh-oh.
Today, I learned that if you make a video about The Godfather, your comments will almost immediately fill it with people quoting this from Family Guy.
What didn't you like about it?
It insists upon itself, Lois.
Yeah.
What?
It insists upon itself.
What does that even mean?
All right, but here's the thing. What does that actually mean?
It's just some shit that people would say that tried to sound intelligent and smart, especially, circa this time.
Because I think when people repeat that line, they're kind of using it as shorthand for this movie takes itself too seriously.
Yeah.
Or this movie's pretentious, but I don't want to explain why. But that's not really a flaw in The Godfather. That's the point. When something insists upon itself, it means it's fully aware of its own weight. It doesn't apologize.
This is what we call ant fucking.
For being artful or slow or demanding your attention. It's confident in its tone and presentation. It knows what it is. So
listen, man, Jerry is Jerry, okay? And if somebody says that, Jerry's an asshole.
if that's the case, yeah, The Godfather absolutely insists upon itself. It wants you to sit in that atmosphere, that moral decay, that sense of grandeur. It's not trying to be light entertainment. It's trying to feel mythic. But maybe that's what separates the movies that entertain you for a night from the ones that define an era. So next time someone comments, it insists upon itself, just remember they might have accidentally given The Godfather or whatever other film they might be talking about a compliment. Or they just love quoting Family Guy.
It's the latter. People are dumb.
Because really, who doesn't? So it's really...
I stopped liking Family Guy. The moment that I predicted where one of their jokes was going to be, I was just like, I can't watch this anymore. I'm done. I was already teetering. I was teetering on the edge. But they mentioned something about like at a Mexican funeral. And I'm like, I knew 100%. I forget. And maybe that was a joke. It was something along those lines. And I'm like, there's going to be a whole lot of people in the same casket, isn't there? And sure enough, there was. I was like, listen, if I can predict where your joke is going to go, your joke's no good.
50-50. But if you're cinema curious like I am, follow for more.
Well, cinema curious, eh?
Not all horror movies are Halloween movies.
This is true. Yes.
I don't know how many times this needs to be said.
I'd listen to the man. Between the music and the hair here and everything, I believe we're to take this man very seriously.
But some people just aren't getting it. This time of year,
looks like Randall Tex Cobb's child, doesn't he?
You look at the streaming sites,
which is to say a handsome man.
And they all have the, Halloween section, October Thrills and Chills or whatever. And it's just all the
Mommy Dearest
horror movies that they have on the streaming site. But a lot of them aren't Halloween movies at all. Final Destination, that's not really a Halloween movie.
It's a horror movie, though. It's a horror movie. Come on, brother. Are we ant fucking like this?
Jaws? That's not a Halloween movie.
It's a horror movie, though.
That's a summertime movie. Friday
No. It's a horror movie. It's a horror movie that takes place during summer.
the 13th, summertime
If anything, it's a 4th of July movie. Jaws.
vibes. We need something autumnal, preferably not too allegorical. I don't need any A24 deconstructions of grief and trauma.
He wants Carnival of Souls.
I need ghouls.
Told you.
Give me ghouls. Give me cauldron.
Give me ghouls. Give me fire. Give me double. Boom. You remember that? You remember that Metallica song?
You heard of Spirit Halloween? Well, this is Soul Halloween.
All right, let's see me get canceled.
We got flavor, bitch. You heard of
We got flavor, bitch.
Dracula? Well, bitch, we got Blackula. Now,
Hey, Blackula's pretty great. I can go into the archives in here and get my both Blackula and Scream Blackula Scream, which, by the way, Scream Blackula Scream has got to be one of the best titles for a horror movie ever. Blackula already great. Scream Blackula Scream, amazing. Unfortunately, the movie does not live up to the amazing name that you would hope Scream Blackula Scream would be, even with the addition of Pam Grier.
nigga blacker than a mother. Too. Frankenstein? Hell no. We got Funkenstein. Cause that motherfucker sure can dance. Medusa? We got Medusa. She won't turn you to stone. But that whole ugly.
What? Why is it Beetlejuice?
Uglier than a mother. You heard of it? Well, we got shit. You heard of thing? Well, we got thing. And that boy damn sure can gangster walk. No return. Stop.
No returns.
Acid.
I'm just trying to return this costume. I haven't worn it. It's like a week until
Yeah, you ain't gonna get one over on me. Try to wear the costume and return it and shit and have freaking with your white women. No.
Yeah, I never
With your white women.
wore this shit at all.
Okay. Well, why the wig all sticky?
The wig came like that. That's how I bought it. And I also bought this, and I don't think this is a prop.
Of course, I gave him real good. This is Halloween. Scary
Of course I gave you a real gun. It's Halloween.
time. And what's scared than a real gun? Two real guns.
There's no serial number on these either. It's scratched off.
Hello. We got discounts on kids' costumes. Bring as many kids as you want, and you get all the kids' costumes for $5,000 plus gratuity. Man, we got a whole bunch of sheets back there. All them kids finna be ghosts. They don't know it yet. Man, I got all them sheets from the Goodwill. Bitches finna be getting
From the Goodwill.
tuberculosis, hepatitis, the swine flu. Them sheets dirty as hell. Party City, because everybody who work at Party City ugly than a motherfucker. That's
I mean, have you been to a Party City? I mean, there's a reason they're closing them down.
why they going out of business.
What did I just say?
As a matter of fact, everybody trying to sell costumes out here in the game. I see Target selling costumes, and now Target got a target on their mother back.
Yeah.
Got a fat ass Halloween discount for women with fat ass, no men. Get your
No men.
tubby ass out of here. Happy Halloween, mother.
I think I want to go to Spirit Halloween now.
We're movie lovers. Of course, we have film posters all over our house.
Well, you'll find out who this young lady is in just a moment.
Now do that again. Do it again. It has to have more, you're proud of these posters.
Who recognized that voice?
Happy to have these posters.
We have film posters all over our house.
That's too big. Take that down a bit. So in between.
Dad, it's a TikTok.
We're movie lovers, so of course we have a couple of cameras around anyway.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, that is Martin Scorsese's young daughter. She's on TikTok. He's very often with her in some of these TikToks and stuff. Very cute little relationship there and everything. They have a lot of fun and stuff. And it's just like, you're like, oh yeah, this old timer still was getting things done.
We're movie lovers. Of course, we have a director's chair.
We're movie lovers, so of course we have TCM.
This podcast, this TikTok brought to you by TCM.
All the time.
We're movie lovers. Of course we have a DVD player.
Yeah, I mean, listen. How disappointed would you be if you walked into Martin Scorsese's house and he didn't have a DVD player? Wouldn't that just piss you off so much?
We are movie lovers, so of course we have some movie memorabilia around. Like, for example, this is the original Red Shoes from the great film The Red Shoes, 1949. Wow. But right now the Red Shoes are loaned out to an exhibition somewhere. Sorry.
We're movie lovers. Of course we're going to tell you what cinema really is.
We are movie lovers, so of course we have things from movies, like the automaton from Hugo.
We're movie lovers. Of course it's like impossible to choose a favorite filmmaker.
You better do it. You better do it, otherwise your father's going to beat you with a rod.
What did you think of The Substance?
Substance was fantastic. I think again, great year for horror film, everybody.
I loved it.
You did? Okay.
Loved it.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't.
Old grumpy ass John Carpenter didn't like something. Get out of town. You don't say.
What didn't you like about it?
What did I like about this?
It insists upon itself. Yeah, thank you.
Substance?
What did you not?
Zero.
What did you not?
Zero. Jeez.
Not like about it?
Everything.
Wow. They didn't pay him, I think. I think that's the problem.
The end of the thing, did McCready give Childs gasoline to drink? To reveal whether or not he was the thing.
I'm not going to tell you who's the thing at the end.
Okay.
Listen, he at least responds correctly there. He doesn't give in to these people. That's just so stupid. And again, it's just like, hey, tell me what's in the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. Shut up. You don't need to know why you completionist butt munch. Just have fun in life, man. Just have a little fun.
All right, I'm not going to do it.
That's. Why would you want to know?
Everyone wants to know.
No, they don't. Stupid people want to know. I gotta know everything.
No.
Agreed.
A teacher has gone viral for looking exactly like Kevin James.
No, he hasn't. So this is like, have you guys seen this? Kevin, I was flipping through TikTok and I thought I had this in the right order because like I said, I don't watch these things all the way through. I just come across this TikTok, just scrolling as you do. And this is not one that has a whole bunch of, likes and follows and all this kinds of stuff. It barely has anything going on. And I see it. Let me see if I can pull up the one that I had. If it's like right, it was like, wasn't this one, but there was another one where it was like, is that Kevin James? It sounds like Kevin. Like at first you just heard his voice, right? And so you were just like, that sounds like Kevin James. And then, like, as things went on, you're like, no, that is 1,000% Kevin James. And he's playing this teacher in a high school. He's clearly at what looks like a real-ass high school, if I'm honest. And he's doing this thing. It's for a movie or something, but I don't know what the bid is.
About art. If it helps anybody out there, these lessons that I give, because they help me. Like a lot of people taught me, and it really helped.
His name is apparently Matt Taylor, a TikTok creator who claims he's a 4th grade art teacher. And the internet is losing its mind because he looks like Kevin James.
There's no looks like. That 1,000% is. There's something about people, and that's him.
He sounds like Kevin James, but he claims to not be. His profile has exploded.
Yeah, one following one. Suspicious.
Of him teaching and joking around and painting have people convinced it's a long-term.
Look at that. You telling me that that's just some other man, that ain't Kevin James? On what planet? I mean, there's a lot of people that look like a lot of people. Like, for example, I look a lot like the guy that's the Miz. You ever seen that dude in the wrestling? I look a little bit like that dude. People, like a girl told me that like years before he became a wrestler, when he was on The Real World, she was like, you look like that guy. And I was like, I don't know who the hell that is. Comes out years later, it's like, oh yeah, that's the Miz. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I kind of do look like that guy. If that guy had blue or brown eyes and I had blue eyes, like we look somewhat similar. Same thing with Christian Finnegan. I don't know why I tend to look like guys who have blue eyes, but here we we are.
Undercover bit. He's got the same mannerisms and expressions that Kevin is known for. It's so uncanny that people are seriously debating.
What are you? Who is seriously debating? If you're on the opposite end and you're just like, no, this is a different person. You're special needs, man.
If this is just some sort of secret identity before a movie release. And
it's got to be.
Articles have picked it up. Yahoo called him a viral doppelganger. And TikTok has been flooded with side-by-side edits. Some people even think it may be AI because, let's be honest, this level of resemblance shouldn't be possible in nature at all.
Because it's fucking fake.
Into a kind of awakening.
All right,
side-by-side edits.
Let's just get through this. Good God. All right, let's...
Taken identity ever.
My God, he was going on.
Your favorite horror films.
Tough to get you down to 4 favorites. Let's see what old Patton Oswalt has. I recommend his book, Silver Screen Fiend. That's what it's called.
Oh boy, I mean, I'm really going to be showing my 1970s love, but all
right, you got to have Exorcist in there. If the Exorcist isn't on that, that's ridiculous. I feel like that's a must-have. I think everything else is kind of up for games, though, up for grabs.
Definitely Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Wicker Man, John Carpenter's The Thing, the original Night of the Living Dead.
I mean, I get it, but I don't know that I'd agree with it. But listen, I mean, great films in there. I got no problems with them. But if we're talking about the 4. Of those 4, the one that I would keep in would be The Thing. The Thing would definitely go on that list, but
something so creepy and perfect about that movie still works for me.
Also love to ask what your just 4 favorite.
What? So you can just use this later and chop up 2 different bits, but they don't do that. They put it on the same one. Seems like stupidity.
4 favorite. Well, let's see what's on my Letterboxd 4 favorites. Yes. Okay, hang on.
Oh, see, this is what you should do, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you should do. You shouldn't be like, wait, tell me what your 4 favorites are so you can bullcrap it right here in front of us. If there's somebody who's just like, oh, yeah, I use Letterboxd all the time, bust it out. Bust out the app right now. Bring it up. Show us your top 4. That's how you do it. You can't sit there and be like, you just tell me your top 4. Francis Ha, Magnificent Ambersons. You got to pull it up and you got to show us. So if you're going to lie to everybody all the time via your top 4. You want to go see mine? Links in the show notes.
I'll tell you right now. I am a Letterboxd user. I'm not under my own name. I just want to be on it with my friends, like my little tiny circle of friends. So, sorry.
I'd love it if they just said, here's his handle. They just dox him right there.
Here's my faves. Ready? Children of Men. I think it's the best movie of the 21st century. The Bad News Bears. Yes, it's a funny movie where kids curse, but it's about all this other stuff. Parenting and adulthood and regret, and it's also hilarious. The Wind Journeys. Very obscure Colombian movie that is so friggin' gorgeous. And finally, Repo Man. One of the funniest movies ever made.
These things, I believe them. Like, they're a little bit pretentious, but like, which you would imagine is kind of in his thing, but they're not kind of the same old shit that you'd see from everybody. That's how I know they're real.
I try to watch films. It's very hard sometimes to be able to find the time. And when you do something that stands out is amazing, and this did. The story is, I believe, I've forgotten some of it, I'm sorry, but what I didn't forget was the family. The 3 of them. Yeah. And that's what's important in terms of this filmmaker. Yeah.
It really was quite amazing. It was like I saw people at the theater come out, and I didn't know anything about the movie at all, really. But like, people came out of it at the theater, like other people that I worked with and stuff, people whose opinions on stuff that I at least knew where they stood with things. They came out and they were like, whoa. And I was like, yes, this is going to be good. And boy, oh boy, was it ever.
These actors, they're astounding. Yeah. The actual supernatural plot to it, I remember, of course, and I remember the ending very well. Yeah. But what I really think is powerful in the film is really the family dynamic. Yeah. And what this kind of a metaphor is. Yeah. This dinner sequence is remarkable. Sequences where she goes into his room and it intercuts with him in flames. Somehow she's creating a situation where he burns up in a sense.
Yes.
And the intercutting and how it's done,
it's really brilliant. And it was one of those things that made me just go like, oh, this Ari Aster guy is going to be somebody to follow. And he definitely has been.
Wonderful filmmaking. Yeah. Really disturbing. There's no doubt. I mean, it's a horror film that way, but it's more than that. It reminds me of the best of the horror of the Val Lewton films and that sort of thing. Yeah. Yep. I don't say it's made the same way, but it's elevated up to the Changeling. Yeah. The haunting, the innocence. Yeah. You know, the horror aspects of it, they shock you in a good way. Yeah. I think they shock you into a kind of awakening in a way of the real pain of these people. Yeah. It really does. It's almost like dream nightmares in the middle of the day that you're having.
You know, that guy knows a thing or two about movies.
Hey guys, Mr. Taylor here.
He's back. Now, again, I didn't edit these things properly. This is what I wanted first, and then maybe the guys report after us. So, you know, again, the pain of not watching these things in order.
Today what we're going to try and do is, I've had a lot of requests for people having trouble painting a sunset. And by the way, it's not my specialty either. But
this is the first one I saw. So you kind of see him back from like 3/4 profile behind here and everything. So I was just like, the fuck, this sounds like Kevin James. And then you see him and you're like,
but I'm going to try to make it as simple as simple enough that my 4th grade class can actually follow along. So come with me. All right, guys. So I finished my sunset, and first of all, I'm going to say it was a little more difficult than I thought. So maybe a little bit above 4th grade level. I certainly had a little trouble, and I'm going to be completely honest. I started over. I had a little problem that I kind of. Well, didn't start over, but I blended it in and went back and redid it. Now, this is just acrylic paint, simple acrylic paint on canvas. And it's amazing what you can do with some very basic colors. You know, I'm only using white, yellow, orange, red, blue, and black. And as I mentioned before, I messed up. It was actually when I was trying to...
Here's the thing, though. That's not terrible.
Make the sun. But you know what? That's the beauty of painting. You can always layer over it. And that's the thing about it. The masterpiece isn't perfect because it's flawless. It's perfect because it's yours. And this is pretty perfect. There you go. What? You know what? It's not perfect.
All right, I don't want to get. See, look at that.
Guess what?
That's not Kevin James.
I want to show you this. Reading gives your imagination wings, but you know what else does? My kids, my students, they are asking me to do this, but art also gives your imagination wings, okay? So, and it gives you, it teaches you about life. It's not even about the art. It's about what you're bringing to it that creates the art. Where are you, Alex? By the way, you have my my Picasso book. I gotta get that back from you. But if you listen to what I have to say, they're putting me on, I don't know, I'm filming this and then they put it up on Instagram or something like that. The kids are going to do it for me. They're going to...
Come on, everybody. Come on.
Put a program together for me so I can speak at night. And again, if it helps you, look at this. It is Friday, October 10th, and it's 6 o'clock, 6:15 almost. And I'm still here. If it helps anybody...
All right. Jesus Christ. I didn't realize how long this is.
And I'm still here.
No, wait, is that what I'm saying? Yeah, your argument sounds a lot like an appeal to an authority figure, which is a fallacy. Uh-oh. Is it? Yeah? Wait, did I win? Hold on. So, according to the internet, the appeal to authority fallacy is when we should accept a claim just because a person of authority said it.
This is why I tell people you should always listen to the things that I say because I'm on the internet. You know, I got followers. Listen to me.
That's exactly what you did. Yeah, but also, no, not at all. We were so close. So the claim I made in the last video wasn't a claim about whether or not a certain movie was good or bad, or even what a good or a bad movie looks like. It was more that my opinion should be weighed a little bit heavier than your average moviegoer. I didn't make that claim without evidence. The evidence that I gave was that I studied and work as a videographer. Yeah, but art is for and can be enjoyed by everyone, which means everyone is equal in their opinion. Yeah, but that's kind of a shallow statement. There's more.
Oh, it's one of these things that, like, both things can be true and false at the same time. It's almost like society and life is varied in weird shades of gray.
More to art than just consuming it. Just because an expert says something is good, that doesn't make it good. Yeah, and just because somebody has an opinion, that doesn't make them an expert. What, and a piece of paper does? Okay, it's starting to sound to me like you want me to admit that my degree is worthless.
Ding, 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 ding. Listen, I've got a film degree. Look what I'm doing with it. Look what he's doing with it. Come on now.
That you think my years working as a videographer have no value. I didn't say it doesn't have value. It just doesn't matter.
No, okay. Now I got to call some bullshit on that one, actually. Because no, you're wrong. Actually, if you are a videographer, if you're someone who's actually into, if you're shooting things and stuff like that, you do have more of a spot to talk than other people do. More so than somebody that would have a piece of paper that would say so, I would think. Because you can have a piece of paper that says, hey, I know about this stuff, but someone else that actually did that stuff, they're a different person than you. When you're the one who frames your argument, then yeah, you'll always win, right?
So I've been working as a corporate videographer for like 10 years or something, and the one thing that every brand new client says after we finish their first video is, I had no idea how hard this was. They had no idea how much work and effort and time and energy goes into making one minute video. And I don't think that they didn't know that because they're stupid, and I don't think the average moviegoer is stupid.
Having been the manager of a movie theater and seeing the clientele, I can tell you the majority of average moviegoers, very dumb. Very dumb. Sorry. True.
But I do think they're ignorant. They just don't know what they don't know. Look, I didn't mean that. So while it's, fun and uplifting to say that everyone's opinion has equal value as everyone else's opinion, let's all lift each other up, what you're really doing is devaluing the people who spend...
Again, these things, everything is true and false at the same time.
Their entire lives working in and studying these things. And, it's taken me 36 years to admit this, but I have value. I am valuable, Dad.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
So we're not talking about movies anymore? Yep. God damn it.
Hey, listen. Knowing yourself is part of the battle, isn't it?
How well do you know horror movies? Welcome back to Trivia Tuesday, where
I know a little bit of something. It's a horror Trivia Tuesday. Guess what? This is TikTok Trash Tuesday. Let's see what we got.
Every Tuesday, I will give you 5 horror movie-related pictures.
A marriage made in heaven. What do we got?
Rules are simple. Don't cheat. Don't forget to pause the video after.
Okay, all right, listen. Hey, listen, it's like he knew what we were doing here, everybody. Let's roll.
Picture for a chance to answer. Sometimes I like to ask my followers what they want to see in trivia, so I asked Sticks, what do you want to see? He said he's a fan of Justin Long, Kyle Gallner, and Christopher Lee, so today's trivia is going to be a movie starring any of those actors. When you see the actor, name the horror movie they're in. Let's get started. Here's your first image.
All right, that's Justin Long. He's singing. It's a horror movie. He in that Jeepers Creepers film, ain't he? I ain't never seen that film, but I believe I just saw a thing with him in Jeepers Creepers. I'm going to say Jeepers Creepers.
Starting off pretty easy here. This is Justin Long in Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, bitch!
You said Jeepers Creepers, and you got it right. Here's your second image.
That is from the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, wasn't it? He was in one other film of that time, but I'm fairly certain that's it.
This is Kyle Gallner in Jennifer's Body.
Damn it! That was the other one. Like I said, there were two movies that were out about that same time: Jennifer's Body and the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. And then that guy kind of fell off. He looked like Billy Joe Armstrong, didn't he?
If you said Jennifer's Body, and you got it right.
Damn
Here's
it.
your third image.
That looks like Mike Malloy, friend of mine. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest, off the top of my head.
Going back to Kyle Gallner, this was my favorite horror movie of the year when it came out. This is Strange Darling.
Cannot say I have seen it. Well, it came out in 2024, so all right, well.
That's Strange Darling, and you're correct. Here's your fourth image.
Who's the guy at the bottom? Oh gosh. I mean, it's Christopher Lee. We all know that, but like, I'm not sure. And you know what? Of all people that should know, let me show you why I should know this. Let me show you why I should know. It's over here on the coffee table. Here's why I should know this. Look who's on the back. Take the slip cover off because it's gonna. Look at that. They've got all kinds of the Hammer films and stuff in here, and all. This is a large history of horror films and stuff. Very, very cool. What year was this thing published? Da, 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 da. 1974. Okay, I'm just like, where's the date in that?
This is Christopher Lee starring in Gremlins 2: The New Batch.
Oh, incorrect. I gave you even enough time. Christopher Lee is Dr. Kid. He said that's in Gremlins: The New Batch. Oh, snap.
If you said Gremlins 2: The New Batch.
Oh, wait, no, you did say that. I was busy looking for a book.
You got it right. Here's your fifth and final image.
That is from Barbarian. Was that Barbarian? No, I mean, no.
And finally, we've got Justin Long again, and It's a Wonderful Knife. Not my favorite movie, but
I've never seen that one.
It's a Wonderful Knife is the answer. Go to the comments, let me know how you guys did on today's trivia.
Not too good, Bobby. Not too good. All right. I think I need to start wrapping this up. I still got some like what do you call them, the little rings here to finish in my day. So we're gonna skip ahead a little bit here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do two of these. I like these real fast. Let's give me one sec. Let's get this guy. I like this guy. All right, fuck it.
Yeah, best picture was a photo. It starts.
All right, we're gonna have two or three more here, and then we're gonna wrap it up. This dog has farted on me.
You need to fall in love with your taste and your perspective on movies. Really,
I do love me. How convenient. Beautiful.
you need to fall in love with being yourself.
Now, some people say I should try to be at least somebody else.
And I think this is a great step towards that, falling in love with your subjective experience with art. Now, I'm not saying that you should think that your movie taste is better than anybody else's.
Nah, but I already do, though.
That's never a place that anyone should operate from.
Sure it is. I'm better than other people. I know what's good. Other people are wrong. What's wrong with that?
I feel, but I am.
They can make their case. You know, you got your day in court. You can have it. I'm not saying that you can't have that day in court, but you know what? I'm right. You're wrong. Shut up.
Saying that you should love the movies you love, and you should love the fact that you love them beyond that. A lot of people.
Yeah, tell people to suck it when they just go, what's a guilty pleasure? You ain't guilty about none of that. Enjoy what you enjoy, man.
People tell me, Peyton, you're too optimistic about films. You're too forgiving to movies. I love hearing that because it means that I'm operating from a place where I'm being true to myself, and people notice the patterns and they see exactly.
I don't know, dude. It's like they're seeing the patterns. What if the patterns are bad?
exactly how I operate in terms of my response to a film. So they're able to use me as a frame of reference for their taste.
That is very true, though. I always say that about the podcast proper and everything, is that we're not all three the same. We all have some, we have some things in common. We have some things out of common. But like, if we all three like something, chances are that movie's pretty good. But if, it's mix and match, you will probably try to, gravitate towards the person that you tend to align with their thoughts more. Absolutely. It's all part of, like, again, being truly authentic to yourself and the voice and the opinions that you have.
And that is all it is. And putting yourself out there and unapologetically loving the things that you love will inspire other people to do the same thing. I know this from experience. I've made so many videos about Trap, my favorite movie, a movie that a lot of people...
Trapped, the one with Josh Hartnett,
don't really like. And I just do that for me. I do that because I love...
And I like trolling the non-trapped community, you dig?
Putting that stuff out there, but other people have told me that they've made videos about their favorite movies that maybe not everybody loves because they were inspired.
Everybody loves my favorite movies. Come on, you love Back to the Future, don't you? You do. Y'all do.
Inspired by me doing that, and that's all I could ever hope for. So I think being excited and celebrating the things that you love, not just loving them, but being excited that you love them, is a beautiful thing.
Amen. It's a Wonderful Knife was pretty funny. Another Happy Death Day style movie. Well, that sells me on it, actually. I really enjoyed the Happy Death Day flicks.
Hello, everybody. Guillermo del Toro here. Happy Halloween.
I saw this kind of like, I have to put this in here. This is too good because, oh my God, is this so accurate?
Feliz Día de los Muertos a todos mis mexicanos ahí, mi gente. Thank you for watching all of my movies. I like to make a scary monster movie like Frankenstein and Hellboy. But the next summer, I'm going to make a movie that has the scariest monster of them all. It's called Sad Lonely Woman.
Hey!
That was a mean. I was a mean guy. This is a story very reminiscent of something that my dad told me. Hey, Jesus Christ. What was that? It scared me.
Want some milk?
I know. She tried to kiss me. I know. Don't kiss me.
You're mean. You're saying I'm the monster. I'm beautiful.
Yeah. You're very, very, very beautiful. In the labyrinth, the Pan's labyrinth. The mom dies in the movie. Sorry, it sounds like I did Randy Newman for a second.
Such a good Guillermo del Toro impression. I hope he sees that.
This film might have just changed the way that marketing works forever.
That's
You see, in marketing, there is this concept called earned media, which is where you do something worth talking about, where people...
Like you're stealing something from the French thing imaging there. The second I heard that, man, they're like, the French crown jewels have been stolen. I'm like, this is for some friggin' movie.
Give you coverage, right? Free coverage in newspapers. We saw it with Barbie. They do a big, like, physical activation. We saw it with Superman, where they put Superman flying in between the blades of the shard at the top, right? So people took photos of it. They talked about it on social media. The Toxic Avenger, which is Peter Dinklage's new movie.
Now, to be fair, Peter Dinklage is in half the movie.
Is forgiving $5 million worth of medical debt in the US.
Where'd they get that money? Not from their box office receipts. Thank you. Listen, I enjoyed the film, but it ain't make no money.
Time where anti-corporate sentiment, especially towards healthcare, is at an all-time high. And then for every $1 million that this takes at the box office,
which wasn't many,
they're going to forgive another $1 million worth of medical debt.
Again, how? You're just saying it. Like, what does that even mean? I'm going to look at the box office right now, so hold on. Toxic Avenger worldwide gross $3.3 million. So you're telling me Does it? I don't have a budget here, do I? They used to give you a friggin' budget. That's so stupid. I figure that costs about 5 by looking at it, 3 to 5. There's no way that they cost more than 10. But even so, they're not making money on that movie. And so is this one of those like, oh yeah, we'll do this for every $1 million post us being in the black, then we'll give that, and it never really happens. So what you're doing in accordance is just kind of this big broad announcement that doesn't really go anywhere or do anything because you haven't met the criteria with which to have all that stuff activate, so to speak. Kind of a meaningless virtue signal.
This has the capacity to be the most talked about film.
No, it doesn't.
Of the year.
No, it's not. It's gone. It's already gone. It's already gone. Already forgotten. Sorry.
Of the decade. Of the.
All right. Listen. Now you're even like, slow it down, home.
Century.
Oh Jesus Christ! Every time I pause it, it gets worse.
This might.
Well, say millennia. I swear to God.
Just change everything.
Fucking A. No, it won't. It won't. It's a stunt that didn't go anywhere. That again probably was never fulfilled because it didn't reach the stipulations with which in order to have that be fulfilled. Come on. Get real. It's like when they, say like, hey, if you make this half-court shot, you'll get $1 million. They're insured for that because the odds of them actually getting that are not there. So even if they do, then they have insurance, but they're paying for that insurance throughout the entire time. In other words, they knew it wouldn't happen. Exactly. They knew that would never happen. So you can make a nice grandiose statement and sound really good, but they'll never meet those stipulations. They'll never have to pay out a dime, but they look really good on paper doing it, doesn't they? See, they got that dude to give them the big old thumbs up approval.
Popular movies start getting hated on when they go to digital release is because they're being watched by people who don't like movies.
I could say that, yeah.
First wave that watches movies are the people who care enough about movies to go to the cinema. Who liked sitting in a dark room for 3 hours and being forced to stare at the screen and not look at their phones for 5 minutes. And then it goes to digital or goes to streaming or goes to physical or whatever, and then it's being watched by people in their living room, lights all on, phone in their hand, not paying any attention.
Something else in their hands.
And then they're like, oh, that was shit.
He's 100% correct. Yeah, if you're second screening stuff and everything, you're not you're not really paying attention.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's something called second screen viewing.
What? Oh no. I remembered I had him in one more video. I thought this is going to be he's going to be the last one. There's no way I can do more than this. Let's go. Jamal, show me another one. Like, again, the algo just handed me this. I've been ignoring the man's videos for so long because they've all, like, he's done a lot of stuff on relationships, which I always find funny that a single man is talking about relationships on the internet and telling people what is what and everything. It's just like, bitch, wear your wedding ring. Unless you got a wedding ring, I don't want to hear you talk about, or you got at least one divorce under your belt. Then you can start talking about that sort of stuff. But if you ain't never walked down the aisle and said the words, I'm sorry, I don't give two sweet shits of what your opinion about relationships is as a fucking 28-year-old man who looks like he's 52.
Welcome to A Movie's Broken, or Are We?
You are, my friend. Boom. We've already talked about it too many times, Jamal, but you're going to get a little bit of a spanking here. Here we go. I don't even know what he's going to say. I just know he's a silly goose.
Buzz us at the ready, people, because I do think you're going to enjoy this.
I haven't enjoyed anything you've said yet, my friend. So I don't know how this time's going to be any different. But let's go.
I'm going to name a movie. I'm going to tell you how much money that movie made that year, and then I'm going to tell you how much money that would be in today's market.
Oh, Jesus Christ! What are we doing
with inflation? All you have to do is tell me.
Gone with the Wind, number one spot there, and again, the more reason that it is in that number one spot is because of reissues. What people don't realize when they talk about the adjusted for inflation times and why Gone with the Wind is number one is Gone with the Wind has been released, I think 6 to 8 times, somewhere in that neighborhood. I used to really have the numbers down solid in my head. Star Wars is second, but again, also has a lot less reissues than Gone with the Wind. So really, if you take into account the number of reissues, be the number of, via the inflation and all that kind of stuff, Star Wars does equal out to be number one. But let's see where he goes. I'm just telling you how it works. So here we are.
Do you think that movie would have made that kind of money today? Do you think audiences would have?
Oh, see, now you're talking about something completely different here. So now you're going through and you're actually conflating 2 to 3 different things at the exact same time. Because now you're saying, do you think that movie would have made this much money today? Well, these are very different times. Movies are products of the times with which they come out. While they still may work within certain, within any particular parameter of time, they are a product of the time with which they come out. So, yeah, if you put, for example, Midnight Cowboy out here in 2025, it's not going to perform the same way that it did. What's your point?
Shown up in this era? Let's find out together.
Oh, boy. What a sassy little bit he's doing.
Round 1, Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire made a lot of money, made some good money. Would it make as much money today? Probably not. But again, Tom Cruise is also 60 years old now as opposed to 45 years old. So, yeah. It's like it would be a different thing almost. Or, for example, is there anyone else today that would have had that star power that Tom Cruise would have had in the late 90s here? You don't have somebody that's like that. So again, you can't compare apples and oranges here, my friends, because it's too time and money. This is two specific things. Your experiment isn't working the way you thought it is.
1996, Tom Cruise, box office $273.6 million. That's well over $500 million today.
Right. And again, people were going to the movies more because they didn't have more options. We have more options than we ever did before. Ergo, our attention is spouted off into different places. You can't compare these two things. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well over. A sports comedy drama with a romantic edge. You know the film, right? You complete me. Help me to help you. Show me the money. These are iconic lines. Now,
how old were you when that movie came out, Jamal? Curious. Because I think, weren't you had... were you like 4 when that movie came out?
Imagine releasing that movie now. I'm begging you, try. We've had The Big Short. We've had a hilarious razor-sharp Oscar-winning movie that barely scratched $130 million and had stars in. We've had Moneyball.
Moneyball. First of all, listen, I know we have this weird thing in America about baseball being the American pastime. That has not been true for 30 plus years. So this people didn't go. Nobody fucking saw Moneyball. Shut up.
Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill, just over $100 million.
And it should have made about that much money, and it didn't cost that much money. What do you want about?
Had Air, about Michael Jordan, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon.
Yes, the movie cost too much money to make. You're correct.
Doesn't even make $90 million.
Again, because it was an Amazon movie, and it was only meant for movie theaters in order to get them, awards consideration and things of that nature. Do you know anything about the things that you claim to know, Jamal? Jesus, you're thick.
Worldwide. Are you really going to tell me that Jerry Maguire is really reaching an audience in this day and age?
No, it wouldn't. It's a product of his time. Who's saying that? Again, we're making problems that don't exist here, friend.
Round 2, Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh boy, here we go.
People, 1984, box office
1984. I was 2. I know you weren't. You didn't exist. So let's hear what you got.
$120 million. That's almost $1 billion. That's almost $1 billion today.
You're right. You don't understand. Yeah, people don't understand that.
Hey, are you telling me that buddy cop comedy that defined an era, by the way, in the 80s, is making almost $1 billion in today's?
No one's saying that. What are you talking about? No one is saying these things. What are you on about, mate? This is dumb.
Market? Come on, people. We had 21 Jump Street. Didn't do well for itself. $200 million. We had The Nice Guys, Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling. It's got a bit of a cult status to it. Just over $60 million. Didn't even.
Right. Again, if we weren't paying, so you wouldn't have this thought process if the movies didn't cost shit to do, which they do, unfortunately. The Nice Guys, I can promise you, cost way more money than it should. Probably should have cost half of what it does. Most of these movies out there should cost half of what they do. And don't tell me that these low budget movies can't make money. Terrifier 3 says, hold my beer. $2 million, and it made damn near $500 million worldwide. I don't know what the
Bullet Train, Brad Pitt, Trains, Neon. I don't know.
No one's saying that movies don't make a return these days. Who's making this argument, boss?
$240 million. I mean, again, audiences or the product, or which one is it? Final round. Final round.
He's really thinking he's cooking with this, isn't he?
Let's come closer, right? Hitch.
Hitch was it was enough of a hit. Yeah.
2005 box office 371 million.
Yeah, I mean, you had Will Smith, arguably about at his height here and everything, and Kevin James, speaking of which, coming onto the scene here. Everybody likes that guy from television and stuff. He's making his big debut with Big Willie. Yeah, of course that's going to make some money. And again, look at what time frames you're looking at, my friend. The internet is barely a baby at this point. No one has streaming. No one has these options. Your options are watch television or go to the movies.
In today's money, that's about $610 million. This is a romantic comedy with charisma, with charm. Would that...
I mean, is your complaints that we aren't making good movies today? Because I do agree with that.
Movie make money now, really? Crazy Rich Asians, $240 million, sure. The Lost...
Again, on a what budget, though? That's where they were smart. They kept their budget low and everything. So Crazy Rich Asians made a shitload of money because they leveraged things correctly. They played it smartly.
City, $190 million. Anyone But You, $220 million. And that had Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney.
No one watched that. You're right.
Adjust all those movies for inflation, doesn't even come close to Hitch. They could barely make the money now.
Right. What's your point?
It was making back then. So a rom-com's dead? Is that what we're saying?
Yes. For right now, they are. Until we can remake them at a lower cost, that then they can recoup based upon people watching them, based upon the story. They don't need to cost a whole bunch of money. The 50 Shades of Grey movies did not cost much money to make. Do you know how much money they made? All the money. Because it's what people wanted to see. If you make things that people want to see, or at least you sell them on things that they should see, then there's a better likelihood that you're going to get that. But if you're just pumping out garbage, which Hollywood is doing on a regular basis, you're going to get garbage in, garbage out, garbage in, garbage out. That's how it works.
Look, man, that's the end of the round. That's the end of the game, people. And it may be the end of cinema because it's not them that's the problem. It's us. We are broken. There are great movies being made all the time, but we have trained ourselves to stop looking for them as a species.
What movies are you talking about, though? You're like, I mean, you don't offer anything outside of what the things are bad, so make things better. Okay, what? You got nothing else, man? What a dipstick.
Stop looking to find greatness in the world and just be sort of trained to see content, whether it's on the TV screen or in front of the little one just in front of us. You're at the buffet line. You're piling up on Smush. This is why I said don't go and see Fantastic Four. We have to.
Oh, so he remembers my videos. He remembers the little joker you. You little joker you. I know you watch my videos, you so-and-so.
Have to work harder now.
No, you don't. That's the problem is you don't work hard in your brain, Jamal. You're a loser. Your opinions suck. This whole video was a waste of my time. What did you do? What did you accomplish with this? Movies don't make enough money compared to what they used to. No shit. Things are different than they were previously. Yeah, right. We all know that. What are we coming to? Man, I tell you what, the algorithm was real sweet to me, keeping you off of my feed for quite some time. A little bit perturbed that they're bringing you back. I think we're going to have to start that scrolling method again if we can't come up with anything better than, like, movies don't make as much money as they used to. Congratulations, Copernicus. We put another one together.
They're not going to do it. The algorithm doesn't care about this. The people at the
they sent this video to me, so they care enough for me to get on here and roast your balls with this one, big boy.
Top who are just trying to make money don't care about us. We have to work harder. We have to go looking where the algorithm isn't telling us to look.
Well, he's a hero, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to hear from Hereditary. Everyone just thinks you got a nose job. Oh, that is it, everybody. Trillian says, guys, full of sound and fury, but signifying nothing. 1,000% agree with that, my friend. That is it, everybody. We got another TikTok Trash Tuesday in the mix there. We really appreciate it. I didn't even watch all of the things. I skipped over a decent amount of the ones that I had. We've had way too much time, but I've got to close these damn rings here before the night comes out. That is it, everybody. Join us Sunday evening, 8 p.m., when we're talking the new documentary about John Candy called I Like Me. It is available on Prime. We're going to be doing that to kick off Thanksgiving candy is what we're doing for the month of November over on HMP proper. So check all that good stuff out. That is it, everybody. Let me take all the stuff off the screen here so I can, oh my God, it even took me off. That's no good. So I can just say goodbye to everybody. And remember, like, subscribe, do all those things. Thank you guys for hanging out and all of your lovely, lovely comments throughout the evening. And we'll see you guys on Sunday. Have a good one.